गुड इवनिंग टू वन एंड ऑल। सुलगती धूप में मसरूफ कार क्यों नहीं है? मोहब्बतों का सजर साएदार क्यों नहीं है? वो हौसला था बर वक्त मेरा काम आया, जकड़ चुका था बदन को भंवर उदासी का। वेलकम बैक टू टुडेज सेशन ऑफ लर्निंग फिजिक्स with me. Before beginning, I would like to request please subscribe the channel Tangent Academy as well as share it with friends too, so that you can get one either math problem or physics problem every day. Now today's topic is about projectile motion. Projectile is the name given to a body thrown with some initial velocity with the horizontal direction. Suppose throwing of ball, throwing of a stone, javelin throw by an athletic. These are the examples of projectile, and that motion is known as projectile motion attained by the projectile. So projectile is the name given to a body thrown with some initial velocity with the horizontal direction, then allowed to move in two dimensions, horizontally as well as vertically, allowed to do so. We will discuss here two dimensional motion, horizontal and vertical. Horizontally, under the action of gravity, without being propelled by any engine or fuel, it is assumed the path traced out by a projectile is called trajectory motion. Trajectory. Let us draw the picture to get understand you. Let a body is thrown horizontally, that is along x-axis at initial velocity u. Let us consider this is origin. The projectile thrown is covered this type of path, which will be a parabolic path. Further, I will discuss about parabola, which will cover about a parabolic path. Let us suppose at any instant, after covering horizontal distance x, it attains after a time t, reach at point P, whose coordinates is xy. This vertical motion Vy let us draw this type of graph. Let this point is A, D, B. Let us draw in this origin the tangent at this very point, so that it can be formed the diagonal of the square. Let the tangent make an angle beta with the horizon. Uniform velocity along horizontal direction would not change provided there is no air resistance. That is, uniform velocity, that is constant velocity. Therefore, in horizontal direction there is no acceleration exist. A uniform velocity, either increasing mode or decreasing mode, is changing in vertical direction due to the gravity, small g, gravitational acceleration. The acceleration due to gravity is constant in magnitude, as we know that g is taken as 10 meter per second square, and direction at all points of the motion of projectile, it doesn't change. Horizontal motion remain constant, it should be noted. Vertical velocity increases due to gravity, then motion along horizontal direction. Motion along horizontal direction, ux, as we know, from the law of motion, distance formula is taken as x is equal to x naught, x is equal to x naught plus uxt plus half axt square. In this case, we know that x is equal to x naught is equal to 0 initially. Before throwing, distance is 0. As well as we have thrown it initially at the velocity of u. And as the horizontal velocity is uniform, so acceleration will be 0. Therefore, ax is equal to 0. Therefore, we get x is equal to 0 plus ut plus half into 0 into t square, that will give you x is equal to ut, implies time is given by x by u. Let us consider it as result 1. Time is given by x by u. Now we consider in vertical direction. In vertical direction, y is equal to distance covered in vertical direction, which will further I will denote as h, height. Y is equal to y naught plus yxt plus half axt square, ayt square. Ay means acceleration in vertical motion. Yx means distance travel in uyt. So y naught is equal to, in this case, y naught is equal to 0, uy is equal to 0. In this case, y naught is equal to 0 and uy is also equal to 0, and ay, acceleration in vertical motion, will be plus g, because it is acted vertically downward. Therefore, we can get y is equal to half gt square, as it is vertical motion. Therefore, acceleration due to gravity will be equal to ay. Therefore, half gt square, and we can put the value of t from this relation 1. Y is equal to half g x by u square. So y will give you half g x square divided by u square. It can be written as gy twice u square, which can be taken as undertaking x square. X square is variable. This value can be treated as any constant k. So this is in the form of kx square. This is in the form of kx square, and we know that from mathematics any equation whose form is y is equal to ax square is the form of parabola. Parabola means this type of graph. This type of graph is parabola. Parabola. So always a projectile has parabolic motion. Parabolic path traced out by projectile is a parabolic path. So kx square. Therefore, the path traced out by a projectile is parabola. Path traced out by a projectile is parabola. Now this can be symbolized as h. So h is equal to half gt square from this equation. Now we vertical motion, we are going to calculate the time of flight. We will discuss about time of flight. What will be time of flight for the projectile? As we know that y is equal to y naught plus uyt plus half gt square. From the equation of motion, here y naught will be equal to 0 as well as uy is equal to 0, vertical motion. So y is equal to half gt square. Here we will symbolize y, that is distance covered in vertically, which is denoted by generally as h. So h is equal to half gt square. As you know that t square will give you 2h by g. Therefore, taking positive value, this will give you under root 2h by g. This will be time of flight. This relation give you time of flight. Now horizontal range, we are going to find out horizontal range. Again, from equation of motion, x is equal to x naught plus uxt plus half axt square. So we will represent this x by r as a resultant range, horizontal range, how much distance is covered. So especially we denote x by r. R is equal to x naught is initially 0, uxt, and as we know that horizontal acceleration is 0, therefore last term will be 0. So r will be equal to uxt, and here we have calculated as t as under root 2h by g. So put the value ux is equal to ux is equal to u. So u under root from the relation to u 2h by g. This will be horizontal range, and now let us consider it as a relation 3. Now we are going to calculate velocity at any time. So let us Vx and Vy at any time are the resultant velocity. Its resultant velocity is V, making an angle beta with the horizon. So Vy is equal to Uy plus Ayt. Vy is equal to Uy plus Ayt. It will give you relation Vy is equal to 0 plus gt. Vy, vertical acceleration exists, so Vy is equal to gt. Vy is equal to gt. So Vy can be treated as gt. Vy can be treated as gt. Let us denote it as relation 4. Let us denote as relation 4. Applying Pythagoras rule in this right triangle, we will get the resultant. Resultant value of V is equal to written as under root Vx square, as these are the rectangular component. So Vx square plus Vy square. This will give you Vx or Vy is equal to U square. Ux is equal to U. Vx is equal to U square plus, and Vy is gt. So it will give you g square t square. This relation will give you the velocity of the projectile at any moment, at any position. Now let us calculate the direction of this velocity v. So direction of this velocity v will be in this right angle triangle, tan beta will give you Vy by U. Vy is gt by U. Therefore beta will be tan inverse gt by U. This will give you direction. This will give you direction of the projectile. Direction of the projectile. Thank you for watching. I hope that it will be helpful for you. Like it, share it. I will meet you with a new video next day. Till then, take care and bye.